Live from the Darien Ice House, it's Varsity Boys Ice Hockey on the DAF Media Network this afternoon in the first round of the state tournament, Division I. It's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the St. Joseph Cadets. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us for this DAF Media broadcast. Joining me this afternoon is none other than Bill Kirby, and we are underway, Bill, in the state tournament here between two CIAC teams.
Yeah. If you're Darien today, you're they're coming off a loss to the Greenwich in the CIAC semis, so they want to get back to their winning ways here in the first round of states. Waves certainly heavily favored. I think they were an 8-0 winner when they matched up. Check that, 9-0 in the regular season. So a little bit of a down year for St. Joe's. It's a team that was in the CIAC finals just 3 years ago. So they're kind of in a rebuilding year, I guess you'd say. We'll come up with a 2-win season compared to Darien's 16 wins. So certainly Darien heavily favored here, but Coach Butt will want to use this as an opportunity to get better a little bit and hopefully move on to the second round, because we're at a time of the year where it's win or go home.
Yeah, no, well said. And this is a St. Joe's team, a program, I should say, that does have some tradition. They played in the state finals in 2009, 2010, and 2011, and in fact won a state championship in 2009, a Division III state title, beating the Staples Weston Co-op team 3-2 in 2 overtimes. An exciting game. I remember that game up at Ingalls Rink. So we are just underway.
Darien out to a quick
1-0 lead.
1-0 lead there. First shot on goal went in, and they're pressuring again here. I didn't quite get the scoring sequence on that first one. I think Mr. Hathaway. Oh, here we go.
So Sam Erickson, Teddy Dyer with the assist. Sam Erickson, the goal. I want to thank everybody for watching us on the DAF Media Network state tournament. And we are just underway here in the first period, and Darien already up 1-0. As you said earlier, Bill, when we first came on, Darien won the regular season matchup between these two teams 9-0. Blue Wave trying to make a deep run in the state tournament.
And that is a snipe there.
Hudson Picorni goal, and it's 2-0 Darien here. The Blue Wave and the home whites skating from left to right on your screen, and St. Joe's rather in the maroon and gold, skating from right to left.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing, what a difference, you get a kid hurt, or, at a private school, decide to go back to public or go away to school. But the difference between being a really competitive team at this level can only be, 1 or 2 kids at times. So. Picorni from Leanne there on the second Darien goal. And offsides on St. Joe's here, as the Wave will look to make a change and get some fresh legs out there.
So an offsides call on the Cadets. St. Joe's is coached by Eddie Lemaire.
Yeah, good hockey guy. I know Mac thinks very highly of him.
And here's the puck along the board. Stein off the board. Puck in the neutral zone. Swiggett picks it up.
Nice play by Blake there.
Nice pass to Bennett McDermott. He lets one fly that sails wide of the near post. Centering pass in front. And that is a Darien goal. Swiggett on the doorstep, and he puts it in.
Yeah, this is unfortunately going to be a long day for St. Joe's the way it's going here. think that's Darien's 5th shot. 3 found the back of the net. But that was a nice breakout by Blake. Picked the puck up high with his hand. A lot of times you'll see kids wave their stick at it like they're playing lacrosse or tennis, but you really want to use your hand, drop it down quickly, and move forward.
Bennett McDermott credited for the assist, and CJ Hathaway on the Swiggett goal. As you mentioned, textbook bang-bang play right in front. Swiggett's there, and he puts it between the pipes, and the Blue Wave have a 3-0 lead. The winner of this game moves on to the state quarterfinals Saturday. That will be to be determined where they will play that. And
they'll go neutral once they get to the next round, and then obviously, as has been the case in recent past, you'll go to the Whale for the semis and finals of both Division I, II, and III. And
you and I have talked about that many times. Ingalls Rink, just a great atmosphere, great old barn on the campus of Yale, and that's where the state semis and the state finals have been contested for a number of years, and the atmosphere in there, even if you're not a hockey fan, is just electric.
Well, first of all, as you say, it's certainly one of the best barns in the country, in my opinion, and certainly maybe the best in the Northeast. And there are a lot of good ones, but I just think the fact that it's been around for so long, such a cool design with the wood rafters, and it just went through a major renovation probably 5 or 6 years ago, where Yale pumped in, I think in excess of $35 million. So completely new ice surface, new glass, new humidification system, and then they did a lot of work underground, where they put in new locker rooms for not only Yale but the visitors. There's a student lounge in there, weight training facilities for both men's and women's ice hockey. So it's a cool place, and so great of Yale to cooperate with the state and CIAC to allow that to happen. It's just an absolute thrill for, I guess, 12 teams to get to play there in the semifinals, and then 6 are fortunate enough to make it to that last Saturday in March.
The winner of this game meets the winner of the Notre Dame West Haven Fairfield combined team. That game going on right now. Shot on goal.
I guess that clicked up off the goalie's pad into the netting, so we'll have a face-off to the St. Joe Tender's left here. Oh, check that. His left.
That was a shot by John Reed there. And the goalie for St. Joe's is Will Brady. He is one of the seniors on this cadets team. 3-0 Darien here in the early going first period. Darien Icehouse, and a shot for St. Joe's. Brandon Rosselli, number 11, the forward, the senior rather. The shot is stopped by Henry Feifel.
Yeah, this is a St. Joe's team that's just, as we highlighted, again, a couple years ago, they had a really competitive team. They had who some consider to be the best goalie in the state, Ryan Wilson, who I believe is playing up at Northwood Prep, which is a terrific hockey and skiing school up in Lake Placid, and having a very good year from what I gather. He gave the 2016 Darien State Championship team fits in the FCIAC semis, making I think close to 50 saves in what was a 2-1 St. Joe's upset victory just a few short years ago. But they've struggled to score. They're coming in averaging 1.6 goals a game while giving up exactly 6 goals a game. So a nice move by CJ there to garner the Waves' 4th goal. And as I said, they've given up 120. So scoring 32, giving up 120. That's tough math compared to Darien, who's scored 97 through their. They played one more game than St. Joe's with FCIAC playoffs, but they've scored 97, given up 34.
So CJ Hathaway putting the Blue Wave up 4-0.
Swiggett and McDermott pick up the assists on the Waves' fourth goal here. And, again, as I said, kind of early, Mac's going to play a bunch of kids, but you kind of want to use this as a practice and, again, look to get better for your next game, which at this point I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to move on here.
That line of Swiggett, Hathaway, and McDermott started the game here tonight at the Darien Ice House.
Yeah, they've really come on. The second half of the season, those guys struggled to score a little bit early, and the Wave scoring has been much more balanced here in the latter latter half of the season. I guess maybe a little more than that, 60%. But you've got nice scoring from all three lines, and particularly Hathaway, Swiggett, and McDermott have been very good of late and done a nice job. And it's tough to defend a team when you've kind of got 1A and 1B or two first lines, which I would say at this point that's kind of what Darien's got, which is a nice luxury to have.
So fresh legs coming on the ice for both squads. It's 8:53 remaining in the first period. 4-zip Blue Wave here in the first round of the CIAC Division I tournament. As we've mentioned, the winner moves on to the quarterfinals. That's covered up by Brady. Will Brady corrals that puck. And another stoppage here. We'll have a face-off in the Darien offensive zone here. And if you're St. Joe's, Bill, it's an opportunity for some of these younger underclassmen to get some minutes in the state tournament, and that's always a valuable experience.
Yeah, St. Joe's looks like they've got a half a dozen freshmen, or no, even more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 freshmen. So they are a young team. Bunch of sophomores as well. So they're certainly, I'm sure, going to get more competitive going forward and get back to their winning ways in short order.
Just 8 seniors on the St. Joe's team. One of them is the goalie, Will Brady. St. Joe's in the maroon and gold with the white trim. Moving from right to left. Darien in the home whites with the blue pants, moving from left to right. As the puck skids along the boards. And we've got a whistle here.
Yeah, 8 seniors and 2 of them are goalies, so they've only got 6 senior skaters, and that's not a lot by some standards. A pile of freshmen and a good chunk of sophomores and juniors, so they'll certainly bring a lot back next year, and I'm sure Coach Lemaire will look forward to returning a bunch of experience next year.
Hathaway with the puck. And St. Joe's tries to clear it out. Johnston dumps it back in.
And if you're Darien, I think one of the keys today is, again, they played well against Greenwich in that FCIAC semifinal loss. It wasn't their best game. They didn't create a lot of traffic in front of the net, I felt, and made it kind of easy for the Darien or the Greenwich keeper, Matt Zolan, who had a nice game for sure, registering close to 50 saves. But, Darien struggled a little bit in the power play, so I'm sure that's something they've been focusing on in the last few days. And, special teams play at this time of the year can really make a huge difference. So I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis today, and along with creating a lot of traffic in front of the goalie and, trying to get some of those greasy goals we like to talk about, Dan.
Absolutely. That's one of your favorite phrases.
Well, it's just so important. You watch the NHL Network or Sports Center, and you see all these highlight reel goals. But the reality is, if there's 50 goals scored in any given day in the NHL, there's like 4 or 5 highlight goals, and there's 45 or 6 that aren't highlight reel goals, and they're just stuff that's tipped in off a skate or shin pad or. All right, so we'll get a chance to work on the power play here for the home squad.
So St. Joe's takes its first penalty of the evening. 6:27 left in the first period, 4-0 Blue Wave, and Darien, as you mentioned, will have a chance to work on its power play right here for the next 2 minutes. As Christopher Chartier, the senior, heads to the box for St. Joe's. Puck in front, and it's covered up by Brady.
Good low shot there from Zaffino. Like to see that hard, low, quick snapshot, looking for traffic in front.
Face off in the the St. Joe's zone, won by the Cadets as they try to clear here. Zaffino with the puck in the neutral zone. Over to Erickson. He crosses the blue line, skates in.
Looks like Bradley's not dressed tonight. I'll have to check in on his status with Mac.
Yeah, that was a cross-checking penalty, by the way, on Chartier. Darien on the power play here. Puck in front. Scoots into the corner. Here's Erickson. Picks it up.
Nice move off the wall down below the goal line there.
He is so shifty on the ice.
Needs to be.
Zaffino dumps it back in. Around the boards it goes.
I don't think Sam's 150 pounds soaking wet.
Here's Johnston.
All right, Wave will have 5-on-3, another cross-check or heading from behind, I think, on St. Joe's here. So they'll have 51 seconds of 5-on-3.
As James McLaughlin, the junior, will head to the box. So a 5-on-3 for the next 51 seconds for Darien. 5:19 remaining in the first period. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. Thanks so much for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. You're watching the CIAC Division I tournament here. First round from the Darien Ice House as St. Joe's does a nice job of clearing the puck there.
Yeah, a little too casual on the pass across the crease there, as they're trying to set up in their 5-on-3.
And it was another cross-check penalty.
Yeah, he took the kid out right in front. You know, you want to get him out of there, but you can't. You can kind of nudge him on the. You know, if you kind of go right at the top of their pants. That's good pass there, good save.
McDermott with the slap shot.
Jesus.
There's Hathaway as they are just peppering the St. Joe's net right now.
All right, they killed off the 5-on-3, so now they'll have a minute of 5-on-4 here. St. Joe's serving their second cross-checking penalty of the period.
There's James Gregory with the puck, the senior defenseman for the Blue Wave, looking to get off a shot.
Yeah, he's got great reach when he stretches out, a lot of length, long stride, long arms, long stick.
There's Gregory. Swig it with the puck near the blue line. Cross-ice pass to Gregory.
Wave's a little sloppy here. I'd like to see, you know, they're holding on to the puck a little too long and, you know, didn't do a great job on that 5-on-3, unfortunately. And you don't get a lot of those, so sometimes, you know, you don't practice those a whole lot.
Jamison Moore taking a swing at one.
Well, Brady's earned his keep today. That's the 15th shot for the Wave here in the first period. He's going to see a lot of rubber today.
3:21 left in the opening period. 4-0 Blue Wave. The Darien girls hockey team will be in action tomorrow night, 7:30. The rinks at Shelton. That will be carried live on the DAF Media Network as they will play West Haven Sacred Heart Academy, that combined team. And that's a 2-3 matchup in terms of seeding. Darien, the 3 seed, West Haven, the 2 seed. The winner moves on to Saturday's state finals, 1 o'clock from Bennett Rink in West Haven.
And so,
turnover.
Not broadcasting that, Damien, is that right?
We are broadcasting
you are
that.
broadcasting
we are
that
broadcasting it. Yep, just like we did last year. We will broadcast the tomorrow night semifinals, and we will broadcast the finals from Bennett Rink, 1 o'clock in West Haven. And you and I have talked about this before. Such a great barn there.
Yeah, I love West Haven.
Terrific atmosphere.
Bennett's awesome. So I've been usurped on the.
You've been usurped.
On the
yeah,
girls' side.
I'm trying to, I'd have you on every day if I could, but trying to give you a little bit of a rest.
I'm sure there's some lacrosse on at home I can watch tomorrow.
Under 3 minutes left in the first period, as Darien with a commanding 4-0 lead here in the opening period. Puck in the neutral zone.
You want to play smart. You don't want to get complacent.
There's Fiorita as he dumped it to John Reed, and that shot sailed wide of the far post.
In that game tomorrow, those guys had played earlier this season, correct?
They did, and that was a 6-2 win. That game actually played at Stanford Twin Rinks, not at the Darien Ice House. And the Blue Wave getting the better of West Haven 6-2. And that game we did do. We carried that game.
Another game I didn't
DAF.
get.
You got usurped.
Got usurped on. God, I gotta go to broadcasting school here. I wonder if they have room up at the
No.
The Morehouse. What's that called up at Syracuse?
The oh gosh, why is that escaping me right now?
Oh, Newhouse, right?
Newhouse.
Yes.
Newhouse. Thank you. Yeah, Newhouse.
My buddy Bob Sauerberg would be very disappointed in me.
Yeah, the Newhouse School, of course. Jay Alter, a Darien product, came out of the Newhouse School and doing great things with ESPN now as a play-by-play.
Our buddy Cooper's there
announcer.
now, right?
Yep. Cooper Boardman is at Syracuse. Actually heard from Cooper about a month ago. Doing well, very much involved in the broadcasting program there.
Yeah, I hope he gets to do some lacrosse games. Both the men's and women's teams are off to good starts. Women's team in particular, I think they're currently ranked 4th in the country. Coach Gary Gate. St. Joe's coming down. Nice play by Leanne there. Pokes it away outside the zone. And we're approaching a minute left to play in the first period here with Darien up 4-0 over the visiting St. Joe's.
And want to give a shout out to our DAF media production crew here in a moment. Under a minute remaining here, 4-0 Darien, end of the first period. Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby joining you. Thanks so much for joining us. First round of the CIAC Division I tournament in boys ice hockey. Here's Zaffino. He chases after it, throws it on net. And
nice tip and just sneaks in.
That is a goal for Sam Erickson on the tip.
Oh, wow, we got the replay up quick there.
And we are going to take another look here at this one. As Erickson right there, it just
snuck under between his arm and his chest protector and kind of dribbled in.
As you see it, boy, it did dribble in. How about that? Great angle there.
Great camera work there. But, to my point earlier, nice low shot from the point, which is what you want. And, it allows your forwards to get a stick on it. Erickson did a great job there tipping that in. I didn't see who let it go, but as a former forward, one of my pet peeves was taking shots in the head from the point.
Well, I had a fun time looking through some of the records at Union College, your alma mater, when I was looking through an old media guide from the year they won the NCAA championship, first in school history.
Yeah, that was fun. What a team that was. And for such a small school, and certainly in hockey, you don't need 100 kids like you do in football. But
nope,
it's that was something.
And had a great goalie that season. As the first period has come to an end here, Darien up 5-0. You are watching the DAF Media Network. We're going to take a look at some of those goals from the first period, Bill.
Okay.
And while we're doing so, I'll give a shout out quickly to our DAF Media production crew. Here's the first goal by Darien.
Yeah, really nice shot by Hudson there, top right corner.
And there's the Erickson goal on the deflection that trickles past Brady as he's outstretched there, tries to get to it, just snuck past him.
So that was DeFino on the shot from the point there. And again, just such a good job. It's something I know Max tried to stress to get those. You always want those shots either on the ice or a couple inches off the ice where they're easy to tip.
No question. And coming up after this one, good one here at the Darien Ice House between Greenwich and New Canaan, FCIAC rivals having at it. We are going to take a break here from the Darien Ice House. You're watching Boys Varsity Hockey on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Quickly before we do break, our DAF Media production crew, Camera One, Chris Eggs-Benedict. In the penalty box is Taryn Pardo doing a great job, her maiden voyage with DAF Media. Danny Owenati is doing some instant replay, some graphics, some directing, and of course our very own Ted Brennan is with us tonight. So I want to thank to all our student volunteers who do such a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds of these games. But after the first period, it's 5-0 Darien. You are watching Varsity Boys Hockey on the DAF Media Network. We'll be back after this.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life
We are back live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew joined by Bill Kirby. We're about to start the second period, drop the puck on period number 2. We are underway, and it's 5-0 Darien, the Blue Wave in the home whites. They will be moving from left or right to left on your screen. St. Joe's in the maroon and gold. They will be moving from left to right. There's Matthew Stein with the puck, loose in the neutral zone. Stein over to Gregory, ahead to Hathaway, and Bennett McDermott picks it up. He skates in behind the net, tries to get it to Swiggett, broken up by St. Joe's.
Yeah, Marcinko, nice play there by the. It's like the net's off. We get a whistle, stoppage in play.
Stoppage in play at 4:13. We are just seconds in to this second period. 5-0 Darien. Bill, if you're Mac Budd, the Blue Waves head coach, what are you trying to get out of your team right now? I mean, this game pretty much in hand. Start of the second period. Darien has dominated. You mentioned the specialty unit, power play, getting some work in last period. I mean, obviously you're using this game now in some ways as a prep for the quarterfinals.
Well, you don't want to get complacent, so they'll want to pay attention to detail, to the little things. Make sure your passes are crisp, getting to the net, winning face-offs. I mean, again, doing the little things, and that's where, it's stuff that doesn't show up on the score sheet. Stay out of the box, back check, keep the third man high on the forecheck. Again, a lot of little things that are constantly being preached to the kids, both in the locker room and during practice, but those are, to me, going to want to be your points of emphasis in this game. Stay sharp. Let's get, just keep putting the pressure on them. They obviously need to score some more goals. I mean, I would think they're not done scoring as Moore puts home the rebound there on the Waves' third shot of the period there. Nice play by Jamison. Again, and that's an example, doing the little things. He had a stick on the ice. He fires it, picks it right up, and fires it home. So those are some of the things that you're going to want to preach. Again, just paying attention to detail, doing the little things. So Zafino throws it on ice. The rebound's right there, and Jamison picks up the loose change and sticks it in the back of the net. Nicely done. He was in front of the net, had his knees bent, stick on the ice. It's exactly how you teach it. And again, you'd like to see the St. Joe's guy probably pick him up. You want to body him up in front of the net.
So Leon and Erickson credited with the assists on that Jamison Moore goal.
I think the refs got that one wrong looking at the rebound we just saw.
Yeah.
At the replay we just saw, but that happens. Pretty sure Zafino took that shot from the point, but refs missed it.
Luke Johnston with the shot there. It's stopped by Will Brady, the Cadets goalie. And the face-off in the Darien zone. That shot sails wide of the far post by Sharp.
Yeah, nice to see Max back out there after his injury. Went down early in the season, the first prep game, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
The far corner down there.
Yeah, here at the Ice House.
Yeah, caught his leg and caught his skate edge and unfortunately broke his leg. But actually bumped into his mother today, and I think he's feeling well and thrilled to be back on the ice.
Well, especially at a big time of the season, right? The postseason, and he's back out on the ice with his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big loss, for Mac. A solid player, killed penalties. He's got one more year left, but nice to have him back. Good low shot there. Couple saves by Brady.
And that's a goal in front by John Reed. Off the rebound, Reed puts it in. So as we said in the first period, Darien continues to pepper the Cadets' goal as we take another look here. And John Reed just right in front there, gets the rebound and smacks it in the back of the net past Will Brady.
The goalie lost his stick there, and looked like the St. Joe's defenders both drifted behind the net, leaving Reed all alone in front.
So 7-0 Darien.
Yeah, and I'd say so far the Wave are sticking to the script, doing exactly what you want to see them do there.
McDermott lets one fly.
Just whistled a little wide.
I talked about Erickson in the first period, how shifty he is on the ice. Boy, you don't get much scrappier and shifty and all those great adjectives than Bennett McDermott.
No,
he flies around this
Bennett
rink.
might be even a touch shiftier than
Yep.
Sam.
Yep.
Well, he's got great mitts, and he can keep the puck on a string a little bit at times, and I'm sure he'd like to have that last shot back, just whistle it a hair wide of the far post, but Bennett's fun to watch play.
Hathaway and Chrisman, the face-off here in the St. Joe's zone. Here's Swiggett. Hathaway chasing after the puck.
Nice play by Blake on the forecheck. Tried to hit Hathaway behind the net. Puck just popped over his stick.
Hathaway throws the puck in front. No one there. Here's Swiggett. McDermott, the backhander. That sails.
That was a reverse golf shot, actually.
It certainly was.
Oh.
Swiggett trying to set up Hathaway, but it slides by, and Stein tracks it down in the Darien zone as the Blue Wave now looking to mount another attack here. Hathaway. Brady brushes it aside. And that'll be an icing call here, so Darien will have a face-off here in their offensive zone. 10:34 left in the second period. 7-0 Blue Wave. Rather sparse crowd here on hand for this one. That will change after this one's over because it's New Canaan Greenwich coming up in the first round of the state playoffs.
Yeah, I would expect that to be a relatively spicy affair. I think they had some pretty close games during the regular season, and two very good teams, and both in the second half of the season, Greenwich in particularly picked up their game and had a very nice stretch run, and New Canaan played very well the last two-thirds of the season as they kind of got things squared away. And
no doubt. And, of course, Ridgefield winning its third straight FCIAC championship and have just been so impressive this season, undefeated, the number one seed in the Division I state tournament, and have a terrific first line, as we've mentioned on a few of our live streams this season. And they have a first-round bye, so they won't play until the quarterfinals.
Nice hit by Leanne on the near side half wall. Ridgefield's had a great year. I mean, hats off to them and Coach Gallagher for 3 straight in the FCIAC's not easy to do. I mean, you look at I actually printed some stuff out recently. I think, historically, New Canaan still in, I guess this data goes back to, it's sporadic. But to the mid-'60s, and it's really been the Big Four. We talk about it, but New Canaan with 18 championships, Greenwich with 11, Darien with 8, Ridgefield with 7. I guess I need to change that now. Actually, they've tied Darien, so they now have 8, which is impressive. And New Canaan, when they get to the finals, they typically win. They've been there 26 times and won 18 times with 8 runner-up finishes. Greenwich is 11 runner-up finishes. Now 12, I guess, with this year, so I need to amend my data.
8:49 left in the second period. 7-0 Blue Wave. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. And while we have a break in the action here, we'll give another shout out to our DAF Media production crew, our directors Ted Brennan, Danny Owenati on instant replay, Chris Eggs Benedict on camera 1, and in the penalty box, On camera 2 is Taryn Pardo, her DAF media debut, and doing a terrific job. And, of course, anytime you have Chris Eggs Benedict on a broadcast, the broadcast is just better. The nickname alone says it all. It's one of the great nicknames
really
I've ever heard.
One of my, not one of, I guess, well, yeah, one of. A Bloody Mary and Eggs Benedict is brunch for me. That's about as good as it gets.
There's Fiorito with the puck, and he gets it. And that is a goal for Darien on the shot from the blue line.
Looks like
by
Massey just stuck that in there.
So let's take another look at it, Bill. Here comes Massey creeping in. Nice pass here out to Massey, and he just lets this sail.
Yeah, a little bit of a floater there. It looked like it changed directions a bit. I don't think it was tipped, but puck was on edge, I think, when Massey picked it up. But nice job and a great look on the low to high. You know, that's how you create space.
Yep.
Point was wide open, and it's something Coach Bud will love to see.
You know, one of the things, too, right now, 8 goals for Darien here. Late second period. Everybody kind of getting in on the action for Darien. That breeds great chemistry. A state tournament, you're getting an opportunity to, get your name in print, if you will.
Yep. No, it's great to see. They've had pretty balanced scoring tonight. You've had all 4 lines in on the box score so far, and I would think as the game wears on, Mac will probably rest a few of his kids. Let some of the younger kids get a little more ice time here in the third period would be my guess. Take their foot off the gas a little bit. And again, but, this is a state tournament. I think Darien's got high expectations, and, so they want to take care of business tonight and look forward to, the second round and a matchup with Notre Dame West Haven or
Fairfield combined team.
The Fairfield Co-op.
Exactly. And I think, tell me if you agree with this. I would imagine they'd like to make a deep run here, obviously, in the state tournament, especially given what happened in the FCIAC semifinals and that tough double overtime loss to Greenwich right here at the Ice House.
Yeah, I mean, look, they certainly played well. As I said earlier, I don't think it was their best game, but they played well enough to win. They just couldn't solve the Greenwich keeper, and again, I think a couple little things prevented them from scoring that night. They didn't get any traffic in front of them. They missed the net on a number of shots when they did have traffic in front of them. So, I'm sure they're bitterly disappointed. There was a game that they could have won and probably should have won, but that's hockey. You get a hot goalie, and despite out shooting a team over 2-1. You come out on the wrong end of it. So, hats off to Zolan for a great game, and for the Greenwich kids for sticking with it. Their Darien's bench is a little deeper, and at one point there it looked like Greenwich was completely gassed, but they hung on and again managed to walk away with the W. So, Mac and his staff are going to look to hit the reset button here, and so far so good, but there's certainly tougher days ahead. Once you get through this game. But no question, I would say they'd be bitterly disappointed to not at least get to the semis and hopefully beyond. You want to be optimistic, and that's no slight on Fairfield or Notre Dame West Haven, but I think the Wave feels confident that they can play with anybody, and I guess when you look at it, they gave Ridgefield all they could handle, and there's no question Ridgefield is the best team in the state this year.
No question, and you bring up a great point. Gave them all they could handle at Ridgefield in a 3-2 overtime loss.
Yep, absolutely. It was a great game. We were fortunate enough to be there, and it was a lot of fun to do that college-style weekend where they went back-to-back. And, again, another example of out-shooting an opponent. Just like we referenced a minute ago in the FCIAC semi game, I believe shots that night here were 2-1, roughly in favor of Darien, but they were on the wrong side of a 2-0 game.
Yep.
Gordon's an excellent keeper, and they're going to be tough to score on, without question. As the season wears on here, that's not going to change, and you've kind of got to shut down that first line if you want to try and get through Ridgefield.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Cullinan is the State Player of the Year, correct?
I haven't seen that,
that,
but he certainly would get my vote if I had one. On the CTHS hockey blog.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Certainly Forrest is excellent. Gordon's excellent. Both the Van Weeses are nice players, but for my money, Cullinan, is just a nick ahead of those other two players, and or anybody else. Not that I saw everybody. I mean, certainly Gunnar Granito had a really nice year for New Canaan. Feifel's been good for Darien in the cage. Prep's got some nice players. Reeves and Bella both very good. But no one for my money is up there with Cullinan's in a league by himself.
Yeah, no question.
Looks like Darien's definitely stepping off here. Dyer passed on a very good look there. So they're going to work on trying to control the puck, pass it a little bit, probably keep it on the perimeter, but keep shots to a minimum here, I would guess.
There's Dyer with the puck. He goes down. And along the boards, Jamison Moore with it. And Darien, as you mentioned, working on their passing here, playing some keep away.
Well, you want to be respectful of the opponent.
Absolutely.
Again, at times Darien's been challenged to score. So I'm not sure I wouldn't keep pressing forward here a little bit. I mean, it is the state tournament, and
And here's the thing. I just jump in that St. Joe's. Actually, obviously, they're on the wrong end of this thing as Feifel comes out. But they have numbers, and they have a lot of underclassmen, and they have a nice head coach in Eddie Lemaire, and they also have tradition with this program. As we've gone through throughout this broadcast, they've been to the state finals in years past, had that nice stretch of 3 seasons in a row from 2009 to 2011 where they made 3 state final appearances and won 1 in 3 different divisions. So
they've
there's
had
a lot
some
of things
really nice. As I said, earlier, Ryan Wilson's one of the better goaltenders to play high school hockey in Connecticut in the last 10 years. I would expect him to keep playing in college. Nick Disabella was one of their captains in 2016, a really nice player. The Gilbert brothers both. So they've certainly had some really nice players, and I don't know all of them, so pardon me if I'm leaving you out, but those are the ones I do know. And, again, the Gilberts, Disabella, and Ryan Wilson, all excellent hockey players. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last of St. Joe's making some noise, not only in the FCIAC, but in the state tournament as well.
So 2:53 left in the second period, as you can see there on the bottom of your screen. And Darien in control of this one, 8-0, as they will no doubt move on to the next round, the state quarterfinals, CIAC Division I tournament. And again, that game will be against either Notre Dame West Haven or the Fairfield Co-op team. And that will be played on Saturday at a time and at a venue to be determined. And again, our DAF Media production crew, Chris Benedict, Taryn Pardo, Ted Brennan, Danny Owenati. And you are watching DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. As Liam Gelston comes up with that puck, and it's going to be an icing call here. Under 2 minutes left in the second period. And this will be an offensive zone face-off here for the Blue Wave. Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby joining you. Thanks so much for joining us here from the Darien Ice House. There's Gregory along the boards. Swig it, dumps it to Hathaway. And it's poked away by Prendergast of St. Joe's. Swigert with the puck. And that puck sails into the Darien bench. All four coaches put their hands over their heads, Bill, on that one.
That would
be
adding insult to injury for sure.
So here we go. Jamison Moore and Thomas Scheitinger, the face-off here. Won by St. Joe's. And the puck swings along the boards.
Nice puck movement there by Stein over to Gregory, who fires it in. Dyer picks it up on the half wall. Checked by the St. Joe's player. That number 14. Christian Shinto, it looks like.
Here's Gregory, the point, swings it to Stein, throws it on net, and it's covered up by Will Brady. Matthew Stein, just a sophomore.
Actually, I think that's Higgins, Damien. They made a change.
Oh, they did make a change. Yes, they did.
Through here.
Yep. They're
both
Chris,
seniors. So
it
that
is
makes
Chris
sense.
Higgins. Yep.
Higgins take the back half of the game.
And mentioned Matthew Stein, just a sophomore, Bill. He'll be back for Darien. Big part of that defense, obviously, along with Gregory.
Yeah, great skater, very heavy player.
There's Dayleader in the corner.
I think he was coming off an injury in the fall, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he's been healthy for a while now, and has been, certainly a constant on the blue line this year, and as he was last year. He's going to hopefully be a 4-year player for the Blue Wave.
Dayleader fighting for the puck with Liam Gelston. McCorney picks it up in the corner. He takes a tumble.
He's tripped, yeah.
And he's tripped.
I think the ref didn't really want to call it.
I got blocked out a little bit here from
Well, he
my
hesitated to raise his hand and thought about it for a second. And you know what? Regardless of the score, you gotta call a penalty when a player's tripped. You don't want to see things start to slide out of hand a little bit here. That would be unfortunate.
And Michael Mulligan takes that penalty for St. Joe's. So Darien, a man up here for the next 6.8 seconds of the second period. And then they'll start the third on the power play.
And to start I would work on my power play. I would absolutely try and score a goal. As I said, their power play had been great against Notre Dame West Haven in the last regular season game, but it was not very good against Greenwich. So if I'm Coach Budd, I'm going to draw something up and get after it to start the third here.
I'm going to see if we have the goals from the second period here we can show.
Well, there's 3 of them to take a look at. First goal was Moore.
There's Zaffino. Moore tips it in front there. Actually, off the rebound, puts it in.
Well, he gets almost, I think he tipped the first shot.
Yep.
And so he almost gets a goal and an assist there.
As we take another look at it.
Maybe he didn't get it on that angle, actually.
He punches it in. And here's the second goal of the second period, right in front.
Yep. Reed buried that one.
John Reed.
Loose change. Yep. Nicely done.
I was just thinking as we're looking at these replays, all our games last year, Bill, here's the Massey shot that led the floater, as you called it, and found the back of the net.
Yeah, it was just on edge. I mean, he had some good mustard on it. Just it was a little kind of wobbly, which is awfully tough for the goalie to see when it's changing direction. And I think he was screened there as well. So
no doubt,
tough to make that save.
And just as we're looking at those replays, just thinking about last year and how far we've come now to be able to look back at some of these goals.
Being able to see replays is huge, without question. No, it makes a big difference.
We will take a break here. The end of the second period. 8-0 Darien in the first round of the state playoffs. You are watching boys varsity ice hockey on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Blue Wave up 8-0 after 2.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday night lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here on the DAF Media Network. First round of the CIAC Division I state tournament in boys hockey. Darien and St. Joe's here from the Darien Ice House. So glad you could be with us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We're about to drop the puck on the third period. Darien will start on the power play. 1:52 left of that power play. St. Joe's taking a penalty late in the second period with about 6 seconds left. And here come the Blue Wave. They are skating from left to right on your screen in the home white sweaters, and St. Joe's skating from right to left in the maroon and gold. And Moore gets it to Dyer. Dyer with the puck left side. He skates in, stops, loses the puck. Here's Erickson. And Moore with the puck across the blue line into the St. Joe's zone. Over to Erickson. Here's Johnston. Johnston with the puck, circles around. Deeks, one defender, throws it on net, sails wide of the far post. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. Just underway here in the third period, Bill. 40 seconds remaining on that Darien power play. And before we broke, after the second period, you were saying that here's an opportunity with this game well in hand for the Blue Wave to work on their power play moving forward in the state tournament. And that is a goal for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to crank, the power play up a little bit here. And that was good puck movement, and they got the desired result there with Dyer flipping home the backhand for the Waves' ninth goal, of the night. Nice pass down low, right on the goal line to found Dyer in the slot. It was that Erickson, I guess.
Yep.
Over on the left side
We're
there.
going to take another look here, better angle here. Dyer with a nice backhand.
Oh, it's a great shot. Yeah, really nice. Goes
shelf.
for forehand and backhand and roofs it.
Yep. Teddy Dyer scores on the power play, and Darien has a 9-0 lead here in the third period. Blue Wave and St. Joe's. Gregory with the puck at the point, throws it on net. And that is stopped by Chris Higgins, the senior goalie. He did not start this game. Will Brady started the game for St. Joe's. Higgins now in. He was in the second period, and he remains in the game for the Cadets. Face-off here in the Darien offensive zone as Patrick Conway just dumps it in there. McDermott. And it's corralled by Higgins. Another stoppage here. Nine-zip, Darien, as they jumped on the Cadets early in the first period with 3 quick goals. There's Massey in the neutral zone.
Yeah, the Wave came out focused and had a nice start to the game, and kind of taking care of business, and as they should be. I mean, you need to treat this as a business trip, and they've got higher expectations and loftier goals with work to be done.
Gets much harder the rest of the way after this game.
Absolutely.
The quarterfinals, semifinals, and if they are lucky to make it all the way to the finals, it will be against some tough competition. Some of the competition they've already seen during the regular season. Conway.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, the next game here tonight, you've got Greenwich and New Canaan. We spoke about it briefly in the second, but I expect that to be a very tight contest. Big battle, 50-50 game all the way. I'm sure, I think Greenwich took down New Canaan in a tight one, I believe a 3-2 game, if I'm not mistaken, in the first round of the FCIACs. And I'm sure Coach Jones will have his boys fired up and looking for some payback. And I'm sure Greenwich is going to be hungry as well, having just dropped an 8-1 decision to Ridgefield in the FCIAC championship. So that maybe we should stick around and do that one, Damian.
Here's John Reed with the puck. He dumps it into the Cadets zone and takes after it. Zaffino. And that's a goal, and it was deflected in, I believe, Bill.
Yeah, it looked like it hit somebody or something. Good crank, though, by Zaffino for sure.
Let's take another look. Great job here by our crew. Zaffino lets it fly.
Yeah, it didn't
Actually,
hit anything.
no, it hit the goalie's left.
Yeah, with big traffic in front of him, it certainly looked like it was deflected. But another example of the Wave doing a good job taking away Higgins' eyes there, and I don't think he ever saw it till it was in the back of the net. Good hard shot from the point by.
But it grazed Higgins. It went off his
excuse me,
left arm. There's Johnston. And Martins dumps it in. He'll skate off. Fresh legs on the ice for the Blue Wave. And we've got a whistle. And Darien will have a face-off here in their offensive zone. Darien wins the face-off. Here's Johnston. Sends it along the boards. And here comes St. Joe's. Rare opportunity here for the Cadets, and that's
nice
goes by the wayside. Lancaster with the puck. Gets it to Dyer. Dyer dumps it in. Defensively, Bill, we know it's 9-0, but defensively, Darien has just been stellar. St. Joe's really not unable to muster any kind of attack.
I've got him for 2 shots, sadly. Just haven't been able to generate any offense. And, again, the Waves control the puck a lot in the St. Joe zone, putting up 17 shots in the first period. 9 in the second. Probably could have been a few more if they had kept their foot on the gas there. But, no, the Wave have played well, which is just really what you want to see. As I said earlier, paying attention to detail. They haven't taken a penalty tonight, which I think is important, and just kind of doing the little things that help you to be successful. And, again, many things which do not show up in the box score, but just playing good, smart, clean, fast hockey, which is great.
No question. No question.
Just what you want to be doing at this time of the year.
At this time of the year, which is really the most fun time of the year in terms of
the road to the Whale.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, and also for these players, just exhilarating to be able to play in a state tournament, and like we've said in the first period, to be able to have the semis and the finals be played at such a historic venue as Ingles is really a special treat.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I mentioned it once or twice in the past, but my son was part of a team that played in the state finals 2 years running in 2015 and 2016, and I've certainly witnessed some epic lacrosse state finals, both on the girls and boys side. Some great turkey bowls over the years, the last 10, 12 years. State football finals as well.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
You could make the case.
I can't leave out my daughter's Cammie, Marge Trafone swimming teams. They've been up at Yale and state opens and been to some pretty exciting sporting events at the high school over the last 10 years. But
no question.
I'm not sure anything compares.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
To a packed house with 4,000 people at the Whale. Really cool. Those games were against Prep and Greenwich, and both those schools travel well. They were both great crowds, and being inside as opposed to outside at football or lacrosse, just a little bit noisier, and really, really fun, and a treat for anybody who gets to do it.
No, and as you know, in my previous life, I covered local sports in Southwest Connecticut and throughout the state for 11 years, and had the chance to go up to Mohegan Sun for the basketball state finals. I think that's a cool venue.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be good.
It's a great venue. You mentioned the Turkey Bowl. That's just such a special treat. I love the fact, coming from New York, and I love the fact that Connecticut has those rivalries that play out on Thanksgiving Day. I think that's a real special thing here in the Nutmeg State. But in terms of a final destination and the atmosphere for a state championship game, there is really nothing quite like Ingalls up at Yale.
Really very cool. And, again, McMahon's been a great place for a bunch of really cool lacrosse games.
Yep.
I think I remember watching Darien play Ridgefield there in 2010. Coach B would probably correct me. I might be off by a year or two there. But, great crowd, really exciting game. I think went to overtime. Unfortunately, Ridgefield won. That might have been an FCIAC game, actually, now that I think about it. But, the high school, as we both know, has been on a run here of late. Moe's field hockey, Traphone's football teams, Trops's hockey teams, Lindley's lacrosse teams, Coach Braymeyer.
Well, I think what the difference too, right, is the outdoor sports and the indoor sports.
No question.
There's nothing quite like an intimate where you've got 4 walls closing you in and
particularly at the Whale with the wood rafters.
No question.
It does soak up a little bit of the sound, but it's loud in there when it is full.
No question. I mean, it's as good as watching Yale play there.
Yeah, I would agree.
In the state finals.
I know there was a big crowd there last weekend for Yale Quinnipiac, but
that's become quite a rivalry.
It has.
What a special.
Obviously Yale's got quite a tradition with Tim Taylor, who's no longer with us, but a great coach there for a long time. And looks like Darien's going to take a penalty here. Looks like we got a hit to the head on somebody. And
what Pecknold
more recently, Keith Elaine, and obviously Rand Pecknold's done a tremendous job at Quinnipiac, and hats off to both those guys for running class programs that are very competitive and very, very good. I think Quinnipiac's ranked 4th or 5th right now, so they're hoping to play well into March this year.
Now you talk about
I guess into April.
It's more of a contemporary venue, but their arena.
Nice barn. It's definitely new.
With the basketball. It's so unique with the basketball complex and the hockey complex right there under the same roof, essentially.
Yeah, the hockey, they're both sunken, I guess, but that reminds me of Thompson Arena up at Dartmouth, which is another venerable facility in New England, and but the TD Center up in Hamden is pretty cool, no question. And they've got the team to back it up. They've been very good of late and having an excellent year this year. Andrew Shortridge, their goalie, has had a fantastic season, and will garner a lot of Hobie votes as we get into March here.
Under 5 minutes left.
The last thing I'll say about venues, excuse me, Daniel.
Sure,
the last thing I'll say about venues, another local venue that the kids are lucky to play at in regards to hockey is Terry Connors and the Greenwich Darien game in 2015, the FCIAC final, Saturday afternoon, 2:00 start, just people hanging from the rafters. That was also a top five for me. Really great game. 2 very, very good teams, and just great student support from both sides that day. That was every bit of 2,000 people there. It was absolutely packed.
Yep.
Very cool venue. So, there's a lot of good venues around, and it's fun to win, and it's fun to move on and play for FCIAC and state championships, and something again. These kids, in all, soccer, swimming, football. To do it, for your school, with your friends, many cases kids you grew up with, is special, and these kids will remember this stuff for the rest of their lives.
No question.
Particularly when you come out on top.
Yep.
Yeah, my last college hockey game, I lost in a national championship, and I still bugs me a little bit. A lot of years later.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. No. We. It was kind of interesting. I guess since it's 9-0, we can go into some of the detail here. It was exams for us, and so we'd had a tough week. We were over in Rochester, a little low on sleep, and we ended up playing a a 5 overtime game in the semifinals, which we fortunate to come out on top, winning 5-4. Gil Egan scored the winning goal, and I think that was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So we went back to the hotel, ate, and got to bed around 3, I think. I'm not sure how we got fed. The coach got a restaurant, a steakhouse to open up, on a Friday night, I think. Maybe it was Saturday, but it was really late. I think we got to bed around 3.
Wow.
And the finals were the next day at probably 2 o'clock, and we just had nothing left.
Nothing in the tank, yeah.
Game was over. The other game had been like a 2 o'clock game. We were the 7 o'clock game.
You wish that 5 overtime game came in the finals.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But, Babson was the better team that day. Hats off to them. They deserved to win. Which, if Nick Hathaway were listening, he would certainly agree. He's good friends with Steve Sterling, who was the coach there at the time.
We are winding down here. Darien St. Joe's Blue Wave in total control, up 9-0 as the seconds tick off the clock here from the Darien Ice House. Darien will move on to play the winner of the the Notre Dame West Haven or the Fairfield Co-op game. That game going on as we speak. And we are now under 2 minutes left.
It'd be worth checking some scores, actually. I think a couple of those games were also 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock starts, so be worth looking at some of those. There's a turnover, but Stein picks it up and forwards the puck, and Corny dumps it in. Yeah, that was back in the day, and those Odessa teams at RPI that were so good, Damien, that you covered.
Yep.
That 84 RPI team was something. They were absolutely loaded. I think
went to that barn for the circus and to see the engineers play.
Yeah, it's a big. I was telling somebody there. I went to
the Houston Fieldhouse. We're talking about.
I think King Kong Bundy passed away. Yeah. I saw him wrestle there when I was in college.
Yeah.
At the Troy Fieldhouse.
Yep.
The British Bulldogs, King Kong Bundy, and a couple other guys back in the day.
That is funny.
But that team, I think, Adam Oates was probably the best player on that team who, ended up going on to have a great career with the Caps. Probably put up, I think he's probably got 1,500 points in the NHL. Really, really good player. Maybe 1,200 assists or something like that. And he was unbelievable.
If Bill and I are boring you out there, we apologize. But in case you don't know, Bill played college hockey at Union, a college up in Schenectady, and I am from the capital region of New York State. So
nice save by Feifel there.
Feifel, Feifel hasn't seen too much action.
But you got to keep your concentration, and there's no reason that he shouldn't be shooting for a shutout today, which looks like he's going to get with 15 seconds left here. And so hats off for him. Those were a couple good saves here. Probably the hardest saves he had to make all night, quite frankly, and they came in the last minute of the game.
15.6 seconds left. Darien will actually go on a power play here.
Well, it's a good outing. I think, again, Coach Bud is probably going to be fairly pleased. The Wave, I think, took one penalty, played a clean game, played hard, and did a lot of the little things that occasionally can get away from. So, they'll look to re-rack here and move on to play the winner of Notre Dame West Haven and the Fairfield Co-op. So, nice job by the home team today.
So that will do it from the Darien Ice House as the Blue Wave beat St. Joe's 9-0 to move on to the quarterfinals of the CIAC Division I state tournament. Their next game will be Saturday against either Notre Dame West Haven or the Fairfield Co-op team. They will go through the handshake line here at center ice. And again, the Blue Wave win 9-0. We'll show the final 2 goals of this game, Bill, from the third period.
Perfect.
Darien scoring here. Teddy Dyer with the backhander.
Yeah, that was nasty.
He puts it between the pipes.
That was Adam Oates-like, actually, I would say, Damien.
There's a better angle right here.
Yeah.
Nice job. Goes top shelf there.
Maybe John Carter of Bruin fame, another teammate from RPI.
And here's the final goal for Darien. And that does
just nicked
hit
his glove.
nicks
he almost
his glove.
had it. I just don't think he saw it until it was too late. It was almost by him. He almost got his glove on it.
So the coaches shaking hands, and that will do it from the Darien Ice House. Our DAF media production crew, Danny Owenati, our director in the third period, Ted Brennan on instant replay, Chris Eggs-Benedict on camera 1, Taryn Pardo on camera 2 in the penalty box. For Bill Kirby, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a presentation of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, the Blue Wave beats St. Joe's first round of the state tournament 9-0 to move on in state play. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. And again, we'll be doing the Darien girls hockey game against West Haven tomorrow night from the rinks at Shelton. That is a 7:30 start on the DAF Media Network.